Hi darlings, welcome back to my channel. I've got a little bit fatter because, you know, it's been locked down, so yeah, I have gained weight. I went to Asda today and bought some salads, so fingers crossed I will be a skinny legend sometime soon. So guys, in the title you may have saw today's video is all about the Plouise love tapes. So if you're familiar about the love tapes, this was the first love tapes that they brought out. Mine is absolutely filthy, I need to clean it. I've barely used it. Usually I would have hit pan by now, but I don't hit pan on that many palettes, to be fair. So yeah, I've still got a long way to go with this. The highlighters are absolutely insane. So if you do have this palette, it's just amazing. I know that it all looks a little bit of the same. If you do have this, their new palettes are amazing to pair alongside these. So Plouise actually messaged me and asked what palette I would like to receive in PR, and I was like, oh my god, what a choice to make. I was gonna buy them all anyway. I just want to point out that at this moment, they are sold out now, and the next restock will be in March 2021. So yeah, I just want to point that out, that the restock will be in March. But I'm going to film this video now for you, just so you can get a feel of, you know, what you're going to be buying into. So when they messaged me, I actually chose to receive the Date Night palette. So if you didn't know, there are 3 brand new palettes in the Love Tapes collection, and these are like the little cassette palettes, if you will. So they came out with 3. So the one that I chose is Date Night. Now Date Night, we're going to get into it, but it's like think Date Night, you think of like sexy, glam, and that's what this is about, and I just love the colours in this. Then we have Wedding Day. I'll try and get the pictures up on here for you so you can see. But yeah, we have Wedding Day, which is probably, it's just absolutely stunning. If the way that I had to choose these is what was more practical to me, and I would get more use out of Date Night when I'm doing makeup looks, because as you all know, I don't usually wear makeup every single day, especially eyeshadow. So I just picked the one that I was going to get the most use out of. But yeah, Wedding Day is absolutely stunning if you know, wear bronzes every day and you just want a light makeup. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the next one is Baecation. Now Baecation is like, think Golden Sands, you know, you're on holiday, you're on your honeymoon period. It's all about, you know, it's a little bit glam, but it's also a little bit sexy. So I also want to point out that if you do want to get any of these palettes, the discount code that I have with Plouise will work, but it'll only work on the palettes separately. So if there's any sale items, the code won't work. I know that they do all 3 palettes for, I believe it's £40. So the code, I don't believe it works on all 3 of them. But I know that the palette is £17 each. So say if you just wanted one and you wanted to save a little bit of money, it will work then. So I like to, you know, grab a palette, maybe grab like a Plouise base or something like that, and yeah, that's how it'll work. So this is Date Night, what I got. As you can see, it looks like a little cassette tape, and then on the back it has, you know, all like a little bit of information and what's in the palette. So then taking it out of the package, guys, it's exactly the same. The packaging is always on point with Plouise. You know, it's like a cassette, and then when we open it, this is what the palette looks like. So those are the shades in this palette, guys. You can probably tell if you've been following me for a while, you can probably see why I wanted this palette. This red shade, just, I was like, I need it in my life, and if I swatch it, don't have anything on my fingers, but if I swatch it, like, the pigment is totally there. As is with like all of them. The pigments with Plouise are absolutely amazing. This is so hard, but yeah, you do get your quality when you're ordering from Plouise, which is why I stan the brand so hard. So yeah, just comparing it with the old Love Tapes palette, obviously this is a big one, but people were begging Plouise for smaller palettes. There you go. This does feel quite light in comparison as well. So it is lighter, it is smaller. But then if I compare shades, you can kind of see that if you do have this palette, getting the new ones will go hand in hand, like they'll just complement each other and you'll get more use out of this palette. Like if you are into pinks, the original Love Tapes is amazing. I just feel like this is really good if you like your reds, your pinks, your plums. Obviously this is a palette that you've got to like pinks, you've got to like these colours to get use out of it. But I found myself more so gravitating towards it when I'm doing other looks, and especially when I'm getting the highlighters, because the highlighters are insane. Alright guys, so I do have a look in mind that I want to do. I am going to focus on this row here. I will probably use one of these shades as well, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I do want to focus on this row. So the way I like to think of it is you're getting a look per row pretty much. But I also like that you can mix and match. Like I'd love these like greeny mustardy earth tones mixed in with this. I think that'll look stunning. So yeah, I am gonna, we'll see what we can come up with. Also, I don't know how well you can tell in the lighting, but they do have like individual stamps in them as well, which I find is a really cute detail. I just want to point out as well that if my tan looks a little bit crazy, which I know that it will, it's because I've decided to cut my hair today and I tanned last night, so I didn't actually blend it into my head. So yeah, I just want to point that out. Okay, so first up, Plouise base. I'm going in with Room 2 as usual. Now this does come with a little handy mirror, so you can, you know, work from it, which I will do. I will be working from it. It is a little bit small, but you know, it's handy. And I'm going in with just a Plouise brush. This was one that I got with a paint sometime, can't actually remember. I've got that bloody many. And I'm going to bring it up all the way out as usual. And then taking a fluffy brush, just going to buff that in and make sure we've got a nice clean canvas. Alright guys, so once the base is down, I'm going to go in with the shade Treat Me, which is this brown shade here. And I'm just taking that on a Peaches and Cream brush. And the brush does pick up quite a lot of product. And I'm just going to start putting that there. And you can see the pigment that it gives already. Plouise shadows are really amazing for pigment, especially if you're pairing it with, you know, the Plouise Bay. And I'm going to start stamping the shape that I want. And then when I get to about here, I'm just going to start flicking it out towards the end, like so. Like, so you can kind of see the shape that I'm going to go for. And then I'm going to lightly start tickling the edges just to try and like blend it out a bit. This is actually a really nice like brownie purpley plum. In the pan it actually looks really brown, like a really rich brown. But as I'm blending it out, it looks really like plummy burgundy brown. It's actually a really nice shade. Okay, so now I'm grabbing a Mitchell brush. This is, I don't even know, I can never decide what to call it. I think it's an ME2. And I'm taking the shade 5 Star, which is that shade there. And then with that, I'm just going to start blending it into that previous shade. Usually I would go in with a bigger brush to do this, but a mini brush is really good just to get, you know, the 50% on, 50% off. And then again, when I get to about, you know, towards the tail, I'm going to start flicking it out again. Okay, so now when I'm happy with that, I'm going to go back into the shade Treat Me. And I'm just going to start getting the pigment back and blend it in. Then I'm just going to take a clean brush. This is a Morphe M562. And I'm just going to run that along the edges just to make sure everything's nice and blended in. Alright, that looks, you know, that looks blended to me. Like, you know, yeah, it looks blended. So now I'm going to take a little bit of Duralon, and I really like to use this to cut my crease, and just taking a Plouise brush. You can use any brush you like. I just like to use like quite a smallish, thinnish brush. And then I'm just going to start cutting where I want. You can see how easy the Duralon just literally cuts straight through it. I just absolutely love it. And then I'm just going to take, what are these called? A cotton thing. A cotton thing. And then I'm just going to start cleaning that up. And you can see like how clean it goes. I love this method so much more than using, say, like, what's it called, Vaseline. It's just so much easier. Okay guys, so I'm not sure where the camera left off, but I've just took a bit of blank canvas and I've cut my crease. I did that with Inglot Duralan, and then I went over it with blank canvas using a diverted to my diverted to my base brush, and that's just given me a really beautiful clean eye base, and then I'm gonna start doing some more touches. I've just been taking this brush from the cancelled collection. It's the 124 brush, and I've just been going over the top of blank canvas, kind of set it a little bit and take away any excess product. However, if you do have the cancelled collection palette, you can take the shade Rume, which is that shade there, and with that you can go over the top, right over the top of blank canvas, and it'll just help set it a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm taking this brush. This is the 122 brush from the cancelled collection, and I'm dipping into the shade Reservations, which is that beautiful, beautiful red shade. This is the shade that like just drew me into this palette. And with that, I'm just going to start putting it right on top of blank canvas, and I'm going to kind of like make a wing. And then what you can do is, taking the 125 brush, I'm going to take that and just really give it some definition and make it like as sharp as you can. Okay, so next up I'm taking this shade, which is called Our Secret, and I'm going to take that on a Morphe Jacqueline Hill brush. It kind of looks like that. So then just picking it up on that brush, I'm hoping this works, and I'm going to start putting it right in the inner corner. That brush ain't working. Brushes don't seem to be working, so what I'll do is, this is going to be hard, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to kind of bring that along and then right on top, just so like it blends into that red. But this shimmer shade is stunning. So when I swatch it guys, that's what it looks like on my finger. Look how beautiful that is. Okay guys, so I'm going to take this pigment. This is a pigment by Plouise, and it is the shade Gold Digger. I'm not sure if you can get this shade anymore, so if you can't, I do apologise. But I'm going to take that on my Too Lost in My Blend brush that I've just used, and I'm just going to put that right on top of that. And this pigment kind of shifts from gold to pink, so it'll look really beautiful on top of this shimmer. And I'm going to bring it kind of like on to blank canvas as well, just so it looks really blown out. Okay, and that's what that looks like. It just adds a little bit of shimmer, and it just looks really nice. So taking a little bit of blank canvas, and then I'm going to take the shade Reservation again, which is that gorgeous reddy shade. I'm going to put that right on top of blank canvas. Alright guys, so that is what we are looking like. I'm just going to go away, clean underneath my eye, and then I'm going to basically put the brown shades underneath, put on a lash and all that good stuff, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is where we are up to. I've just put a top and bottom lash on. I've done my base makeup, and I've also done a little bit of my lips. So I've just gone in with the Fenty Uninvited, and I've topped it with a little bit of the Our Secret shade by Plouise. And yeah, so now I'm going to do my brows and highlighter. So for my brows, I'm just going to take this by Plouise. It's the Oh So Beautiful Brow Gel. So that's my brows at the minute. unfortunately they do look like shit because there's nowhere to get them done, so I can't get them done. So yeah, and I'm not doing them myself because I'll just ruin them. So yeah, that's what my brows look like at the minute. I'm quickly going to take the brow pencil in exactly the same shade and just run it along underneath, just to give them a little bit of definition. Okay, so for highlighter, I think I want something a little bit like pinky, so I'm going to go in with the Be Perfect times Stacey Marie Get Wet highlighters. These are so amazing. Like, can you see how like reflective they are, and especially that pink reflect, it's just absolutely stunning. I'm just going to take a little bit of that Plouise pigment that we used earlier on and just put the tiniest amount right about there, just on the brow bone. Okay guys, and that is it. I was going to put a little bit of blush on, but I don't want to ruin it. I'm kind of having a little bit of regrets about the pink highlighter. I don't know, let me know what you think down below. So this is the Plouise Date Night Eye look. Of course I didn't really go into the greens, but I will make another video on the greens. Let me know if you want me to incorporate this with the cancelled collection. That might be a fun video. But yeah guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of the palette and think of the look. Are you gonna grab any of the palettes? What do you think? Do you earn any? Just let me know all the good stuff. Yeah guys, hope you've enjoyed this review and video, and I will see you in my next one. Make sure you follow me on Instagram to see more posts.